Hello, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to my channel. Bienvenidos. In today's video, we are going to be doing a foundation review, which it has been a while. Today, we're going to be doing a stick foundation review for the new MAC Cosmetics Studio Fix Stick Foundation. This foundation right here is a stick alternative to their Studio Fix Fluid. We're going to do half my face with the brush, half with the sponge, all of that super detailed stuff, as you guys know. I'll give you all the specs, price, details throughout the video. If you are not already subscribed to this channel, make sure to subscribe. Let me know if you like the mix of videos I've been doing lately, because I want to do some vlog style, some sit down like this. So just let me know down below in the comments and by liking this video as well. And I think that's pretty much it for this intro. Let's go ahead and get into this foundation review. The first thing we always do in my foundation reviews is we go to the actual website of the product that we're reviewing. So I am on the MAC Cosmetics website, and me personally, I go on the actual website instead of going on like Sephora or Ulta, etc., etc. I like to go on the brand's website because they're usually a little bit more descriptive of the product, and I just want to make sure I get the exact claims and the benefits and the full description. So of course, I'm on the MAC Cosmetics website, and on here it says that it is a true artist's tool. This is a go-to multitasking foundation stick that is designed to perfect skin tone, contour curves, and highlight features. Achieve buildable medium coverage with this ultra blendable formula for a natural matte finish that lasts for 24 hours. We love a good 24-hour claim here. Available in 33 shades for ultimate self-expression. And then it says it's long wearing, 24 hours, instantly hydrating, stay true color for 24 hours, non-poring. I think that means like it doesn't enhance your pores. I've never heard of that. Non-poring, non-caking, non-streaking, non-settling, non-creasing, and it's for all skin types. It also says you can apply it with your fingers, with a sponge, or with a brush. Here's a look at the packaging. So it's pretty much the like standard MAC Cosmetics packaging, just black, and it has the shade in a really large print in the front. And then the actual bottle itself is just a black, sleek, simple, stick foundation bottle. One thing they do say on their website about the packaging is that when you use a foundation, to only bring up as much as you think you're going to need. Don't bring it up all the way because there is a chance of it breaking. So I got mine obviously in the shade NC35. I did find that with this foundation, I had to swatch a few shades. Not only that, but the shade range was kind of off. So the stick foundation is going to come off a little bit darker than the liquid. I do have NC35 in the liquid, and it's a little bit lighter. And on top of that, so when I was looking for my shade, I was looking at NC35, and then I went down to I went up to NC37, I think it was, and it was lighter than NC35, and then I went even higher, and it was like in between those two. Then I went lighter, and it was a little bit darker. So the shades are really off. One of the girls that was working there, she was telling me too, she's like, first off, they run a little bit darker, and second of all, like the shade range is a little bit like everywhere, so you have to definitely swatch it and try it in store so you can really find your shade. Since it says we could apply it with both a sponge and a brush, I'm going to go ahead and try both. And I usually apply my stick foundation directly onto my face. Here you can see how my skin's looking. It's not too bad right now. I just have a little bit of scars right here and a little bit of redness, especially around my nose, and then just some breakouts that are kind of going away on this side. Let me give you guys a close-up too. The closer the better for these kinds of videos. So here's my skin, like I said, those little tiny breakouts on one side, and then I have some on this side too. We'll go ahead and start off with this side, and I'm just going to sweep it directly on. It is pretty creamy upon application, and the shade I think is good. I was going to go lighter, but the shades that were lighter just I think that's pretty good. We'll leave it at that. And this side I'll go ahead and blend out with a sponge. Should we do a sponge? Yeah, we'll do a sponge on this side. To be really honest, I usually do not like how foundations apply, or stick foundations apply with sponges. I feel like Most of the time they shear them out, but I'm hoping that this one doesn't shear out. And it says it's medium, like buildable medium coverage. So I am going to try to build it if it doesn't give me enough coverage initially. With the sponge, you can see once I blend it, you can still see a little bit of my pigmentation right there. So here's a look at just a first layer. It's not super intensely matte. This is more of a soft finish, so it's not like sucking the life out of my skin, but it's also not extremely dewy. It's a perfect balance of both. It is about a light medium coverage with the sponge. I do, however, want to try building it up just to see if maybe it'll give us a little something more. I just get scared to build up stick foundation because then these can get really cakey. So that's the only thing. Okay, here's with 2 layers. It did cover a little bit more. It's still not like a full coverage. This is still more of about a medium, I would say. I would have to go over top with a concealer a little bit to conceal right here. But it looks okay with a sponge. Let's go ahead and do this side. Let me just give you like a side by side. Here's this side and there's that side. Even at my skin tone, the color's also good. I was scared it was gonna be a little too dark, but once I blend it, it looks just fine. Let me see if a brush is a little better. It's also really hot. I think it's like almost 100 degrees right now. So today I'll really be able to test out if this foundation, you know, works or not. And I'm just going to go in with my Morphe M439. I kind of lowered the brightness, hoping that you guys will be able to really get a feel for it. But you can still see some of my breakouts right there on this side. It covered them up a little more, but you can still kind of see them on both sides. And you know what else I like about this one is that, and by the way, I'm just kind of blending it out with the brush on this side too, just because I like the brush a little better. I also like that it doesn't have the smell of the MAC Studio Fix foundation. The smell of that just stays there all day long, and with this one I'm not getting that smell at all. It doesn't smell like anything, so that's kind of a plus too. By the way, I didn't even tell you guys the price of this foundation. $31. When I got it, I got it at Macy's, and they were having some kind of like beauty or cosmetic sale. So I got it for 15% off, but I'm not sure like how long that'll be for or anything. But originally it does cost $31. So here is an overall look at how my skin looks after applying. It's not too matte, not too dewy. It does have decent coverage. I wouldn't say it's like a full coverage right off the bat. You would probably have to build it 2 to 3 times depending on what type of blemishes and so on and so forth you have. If you have no blemishes, first of all, you're lucky. Second of all, you will literally need like 1 layer and you'll be fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my makeup and then take a flash photo so you can see how it looks in flash photography, and then I will be back to go ahead and talk a little bit more about how it looks once my makeup is on. All right, I'm back to give you a full look at how my skin looks after applying my makeup. As I was applying my bronzer specifically, I realized that some of the foundation was coming off right around the area where I was telling you guys it wasn't really covering much. It was starting to come off. Do I like it so far? Like, what do I rate it? I would say right now it's at about 7. I'll give it like a solid 7 because I like the way it looks on my skin. I like the finish. It's just the coverage and the building up that I'm having a difficult time with. But everything else is so far so good. I don't really see like, yeah, I like the finish. It's not creasing super crazy or anything. It just kind of clings on to those little tiny dry patches that I have where my breakouts are kind of like drying up. It just kind of looks a little bit dry around there, but besides that, I think it's fine. And maybe the longer I wear it, the kind of better it'll look. We'll see. And it did kind of gather around right here. You can probably see that. So I would just have to make sure to not apply too much foundation right here, because it can always just kind of gather up around that area. But that's general though, that's with any foundation. But so far I think it looks okay. I am gonna wear it for the rest of the day. Right now it is 3:43, so it's already later in the afternoon. But let's go ahead and do that flash photo, and then I'll check back in with you guys in a few hours. Look, you guys, it's literally 95 degrees and we're actually on our way to the fair, so I'm really gonna be able to test this foundation.
Why is it smoking like that?
What? Because all the food. Babe, let's go. No, babe, it's the food.
Getting their ass cooked. Shit. Hey, are those people swinging on that thing? Hell no, man.
Yeah, babe, we're getting on that one.
Yeah, that's a I'm not getting it. That's out.
All the ducks are like swimming in a circle. You have the last
Oh, alright, I'm done. I'm getting robbed.
Thank you very much for riding correct. Choosing in soon. Please walk, do not run. Once the ride completely stops, that's not how to live. Anyone else?
Has to hit the board. My foundation.
Oh, hell no!
I completely forgot that I was doing a foundation review, and I started removing my eye makeup, and I remembered, thank goodness, I was about to wipe all of this off. But it's already pretty late. Actually, it's 12:43 in the morning, so I should probably like lower my voice. But it's 12:43, and this is how my foundation is looking after being on the rides and everything. I don't know how, but somewhere in between the twisting and the turning and the screaming and the rides and the drinks and the playing games, somewhere in between all that, I got congested and I'm starting to get sick, which is really fun. But that is why kind of like around my nose, it already wore off. Let me get close up here. Here it wore off where I have that breakout, which is like, oh well, it is what it is. Obviously my eyes, I took that off, but either way I didn't have foundation on there anyway. Here's my skin up close, so you can kind of see like here where it wore off a little bit. You can see the acne that I was talking about, that's kind of peeking through. So I ended up wearing this foundation for what, like, let's just round it up to, let's say I started at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I wore it for 8 hours. So if you wear this foundation for an 8-hour shift, this is how it's gonna look probably by the end of the night. It doesn't look bad. I would just need to blot a little bit, but with this foundation, if I blot, I know for sure that some of it's gonna come off. It's probably not transfer proof because of the fact that it easily wears off a little bit. Overall, I would stick to what I said in the beginning. I would give this foundation probably like a 7 or so, because I can work with it, I can wear it. I think it's like an okay foundation. Actually, no, low key, I'm not even going to lie, I will probably actually gravitate towards this foundation simply because it's a stick foundation. I don't know what it is, I just gravitate towards stick foundations. They're just easier. I have my Hourglass one, I have my Makeup Forever one, and I just grab those because you can just swipe it on, blend it, and you're good to go. So I will probably wear this. I know I'm gonna wear it a lot more simply because of that, and the formula isn't bad. It looks pretty good when you first put it on. You just have to put a lot, like if you have pigmentation like me, you're gonna have to go in with quite a bit, and then once you blend it out, it's gonna give you about a medium coverage. The finish is a soft matte finish, which I usually go for. It's not a bad foundation, but it's also not like top, at least not right now. I have to try it out a few more times, so I will keep you guys updated on that. But so far, first impression, initial review on it, those are my thoughts. those are my thoughts so far on the MAC Studio Fix Stick Foundation. I'll kind of keep you guys updated, not sure if on here or if on Instagram. I'm sure you guys will see me testing this out a little bit more, but I do want to try it a few more times with different primers and stuff. I feel like this is one of those foundations that like I would have to really get a feel for it and try different things with it. So we'll see, but I'll keep you guys posted on that. If you enjoyed this video, found it informative and helpful, let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Also, like I said in the beginning, make sure you're subscribed, and I think we're good. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all, los quiero mucho, and I will see you all in my next video.
Tell me how you want it. Yeah.
Woo, this is my song.
So won't you say my name, say my name.
Esto pa' que quede lo que yo hago dura.
Con altura. I just want the baddest bitch in the world right here on my lap.
Now she got it lit.
I need more than satisfaction. Did you really find that action? Got one more time to feel on my booty. Better recognize a lady that ain't the way it do me.
Joanna, your busy body busy tonight.
When you talking, back that shit up.
I'ma kiss it to the screen. Wait a minute,
Joanna, Joanna, Joanna. Ay, ay, ay.